I really hope nobody is waiting on these videos tonight because I had to stop and help my sister-in-law with her sewing problem. But everything's good now. Let's do the elastics. We have to make the casings, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew parallel to the edge right between those notches. We're not going to close the end. So we don't need this walking foot anymore. I see better with the regular foot. You'll need a back stitch at either end. That will lock your threads in so they don't come unraveled when we're putting our elastic in there. Move to the next one. Same thing. Except if you rush, your machine might come unthreaded. Maybe that's just me. I have cords in my way and can't get close enough to it to even see the eye of that needle. First world problems. Alright. Get in there. Back stitch at both ends. You want to make sure that there's enough casing, that the casing is large enough to fit the elastic in. So if you think it might be too close, better to err on the side of the casings being too large than have them too small. If the casings are too small, then the elastic won't have quite as much bounce, and so it'll give that relaxed feeling instead of nice and tight elastics like you want. You want these elastics to last a while, so make sure the casings are big enough for them. I use cotton swimwear elastic. It is my favorite. It's the most comfortable. It's nice and flexible, but it's not stiff and rigid. It doesn't have as much pull as some other elastics. Some other elastics pull back really hard to get back to their original shape. This is a little bit easier to stretch, and I think that's really part of its appeal, in my opinion. It makes it gentler. Now, for diapers, you probably don't want to use something so gentle. It's totally personal preference. I grew up in gymnastics, and I know exactly what it feels like to have 3/8 inch elastic wrapped around your bottom all day long, and I know for a fact it's not really that comfortable. So let's try to make these babies as comfortable as possible by using elastic that isn't so hard on them. Just my 2 cents. Alright, I just trimmed the elastics. Let's do the next one. I'm just going to assembly line this. Do both casings, and then we'll cut the elastic and put all the 6 elastics in, and 2 diapers at once isn't so bad. I just couldn't stand the thought of finishing 10 diapers in one day and then doing my diaper number 6. So yesterday was officially day 6, but I skipped diaper number 6, so we're doing it today. 6 and 7 right here. To get the elastic, so to get the seam out, I just kind of grab it and rub it between my fingers, and that sort of pushes the seam all the way to the edge. Finger presses it just a little bit too. Finger pressing is about as fancy as I get, because I don't even know where my iron is. Seriously. Back stitch at each end. Don't want it coming unraveled on you while you're putting in your elastic. I would say on a diaper, the most important part is the elastic. So take your time on this step. Make it straight. I feel like it's the most important part because if you didn't have elastic in it, it probably wouldn't catch the poop. If you didn't have snaps, you could, use pins or something. But the elastic totally prevents those blowouts. That one did not need cutting. Shocked me. All right. Now I'm going to grab, this is not my elastic. Let's grab my elastic. All right, so what I do is I stretch the elastic from one end of the casing to the other. I kind of give it some slack. And cut it off right there. Oops. My diaper fell off. Alright, so let's give all of this a little bit of a stretch. And let's cut 4 of these because there's 4, between the 2 diapers, there's 4 leg holes. That's 2. Use the same template every time, or your elastic will continue to get longer every time. There's 3. Last one here. And then we'll cut the back pieces. So we have 4 leg hole pieces. And then across the back we shall hold it on one end, stretch it, give it some slack, not that much slack. And trim it. And you can stretch it and make a second one. All right, we have 4 leg hole elastics. I'm going to put those to my right. Remind me they're on the right. And then the back elastics are on the left. We're going to grab the handy dandy bodkin. Actually, let's grab a safety pin. And the reason being is this is a very, very tiny diaper. The bodkin is a long tool, and it's probably too long for these tiny little diapers. So let's grab the safety pin. We're going to grab a back elastic, stick the safety pin through the end. We're going up behind the PUL and down the channel. So let's go up in there. It's so hard to get my fingertips up in these little ones. Newborn diapers are itty bitty. I don't even know how people would make a preemie diaper. That's just tiny. And now you scrunch up on that paper clip, you scrunch the fabric and then you pull. And that's sliding the safety pin with its elastic tail down that channel. So now the very end of my elastic is right here and my mark is here. So I'm going to go ahead and sew that. Don't need the scissors right there anymore. We're going to go forward and backward, forward and backward. Call it done. Just like that. Now we're going to continue inching the safety pin to the other end. Just continue to worm your way to the other end. Scrunch, scrunch, pull, scrunch, scrunch, pull. Scrunch, scrunch, pull. And you want your safety pin all the way out of the way. So I'm going to send it all the way to this corner. Make sure that my fabric can stretch all the way straight, which it can't, so I want to give it a little bit more slack. And stitch that down. Forward, backward, I don't have enough fingers. Forward, backward, and we're done. So one piece of elastic is in, 5 more to go. I'm going to show you one more and then I'm probably going to do the rest offline. You don't need to see me do all 6 of these. Alright, now I'm going to grab a leg elastic. Those are the ones that were on my right. Put the safety pin through the end of it. Stick it up in there. Down the channel. Scrunch, scrunch, pull. Scrunch, scrunch, pull. And each time I do this, I'm feeling for the end of the elastic. It's right there right now, so I'm going to go a little further. There, now it's right there. Go ahead and sew that down. Make it go all the way to the other end. Scrunch, scrunch, pull, scrunch, scrunch, pull. Till the elastic is in. Getting pretty close to being done with this. Alright, let me do the other elastics and I'll be right back. Alright, all the elastics are in. Let's get these bad boys top stitched so that we can go to bed. Alright, I line up the edge of my fabric with the inside edge of the foot, and then I always go backwards first just so I don't have to go forward, backward, and then forward again. Just back up to the elastic casing there, and too far, just back up if you think you went too far. Leave the needle down, lift the foot, turn. back stitch, a couple stitches there. That's one down. Keep going, we're on a roll. Start a little ways away from your elastic, back up to the casing. And then go. One more. I never know if it needs one more or not. I wing it. I wing everything. Who cares? Just wing it. Alright, you see in me top stitching on the colored side, whereas all of the others I top stitched on the white side. But yesterday I did 10 diapers. I learned I actually prefer type. Oh, I ran out of bobbin thread. Go figure. Okay, let's try this again. Top stitch around here. I should probably follow the same thing I've been doing and not make you watch this whole thing here. Too far. Gotta rub this out here so that seam is all the way to the edge. Done with the top stitching on this one diaper. Let's do the other diaper. Okay, I'm on the home stretch. Almost there. Diaper is almost complete. What I gotta do now is sort of line this up. Estimate where those snaps are going to be. About right there for that one. They're easier to pick up when they're on the table. And you got to make sure you're doing the right one. So this one's got to be a stud. Then you'll snap it. Line up that other snap. Estimate where it needs to be. Poke it. Ow. Don't do that. This one's got to be a socket. Then you'll start over with the other side. Line it up, estimate where the snaps are going to be. These two are going to be like on the very edge there. We're going to do the socket first. If I can find a socket. Then we will snap it and estimate where that other one's going to be. You can sort of feel it through the fabric. Poke it. And this one is a stud. Done. I'll do the next one and I'll show you the finished product. Yay! I completed my 7 diapers in 7 days challenge with diapers number 6 and 7. What do you think, guys? The link diaper is really nice. It's got a link right here on the front and 2 links on the back and one way down there. And this guy here, pretty cute. All right, let me get some pictures posted.